Hey, y'all. Hey, welcome to the channel once again. I'm Kay, aka That Sis in Tech, and this is K Talks Tech. This is a channel where we encourage Black women to pursue careers in technology by demystifying the industry. We talk about what the jobs are, what those jobs do, how much they pay, how to find them. We talk about what's happening in the technology industry, um, and what those impacts to you are. And we also talk about tech advice for small businesses. So, welcome or welcome back. So, I've started a kind of mini series within this channel, and that's the one that's where I talk about what's happening in the tech industry, and I like to call it the T in tech. This is episode 1 of the T in tech. And so let's get that paperwork out the way. Go ahead and like the video, subscribe to the channel, hit that notifications, and let's talk tech. So, what I want to talk to you about today is what's going on, really not just in tech, across the board in corporate America, in working in jobs in all the industries, but how it impacts tech. Um, and that is the war for remote work. And I also want to talk about AI today. So, we're going to have two topics. So, the first thing is the remote work. A lot of people want to get into tech because they think it's a natural fit for remote work, and it is. And prior to the pandemic, the push was in tech. We're using a lot of real estate. We're paying a lot of money. Do the tech workers really need to be in the office? Some of them are not even in this country, and we're working with them. So let's let them work remotely. And, we don't need to have everybody here. And so some companies went 100% remote. And so the deal is if you do your work, you deliver what you're supposed to deliver, you keep your job. If you don't, you're going to be cut loose. And really, that's the way it should be, as long as, whatever you're being asked to do is something that is within your purview, is something that you actually can do, have been trained to do, and so forth. And I don't mean on the job training necessarily, right? Because tech people come to the job with a certain skill set. So, yeah, you're expected to produce what you should produce. And if you're slacking off and you're not doing the work, then, you need to be let go. But here's the thing, mentality for tech has always been different from the rest of the company. Tech people thrive on, yeah, I did that. Yeah, that's done. Let's go get it, right? And let's make it happen. And if you need to work from home, cool. If you need to get some furniture delivered, you can work from home and let that happen. But the rest of the company is in office mentality. See, the tech team values deliverables, right? Deliver the code, deliver the documents, whatever it is. The, and we know how much you're working based on how much you're producing because we know what it takes. But the rest of the company, the business side of the company, seems to have the mentality more to be in the office and play the overtime game. I've worked on the business teams. I see a lot of people sitting in the office, not doing anything, but they're there. They're physically there. And I've been on teams that value that. I even worked for a place who wanted me to do that. And I'm like, but I don't have any work to do. Everything you give me, I'm doing it lickety split because I need to go home. I'm a single parent, and I told you that up front, and you agreed to it. Yeah, but what? I can't leave my child not picked up. I'm not going to go to jail for neglect because you want me to sit here because you like to see people sitting in the office after 5. So no, I can't do that with you. Um, and it was a problem, and we did part company. Um, and I was okay with that. So what I'm telling you is that this you must come to the office thing, it's not about the work. It's about control. Okay. It's about you wanting to control people. Why do you feel the need to do that? This is what this is something I don't understand. You have a job, you want the work done, but you gotta get more. You gotta get more. You gotta feel like you're not, you gotta feel like you're getting more than you're paying for. that's a personal issue. I'm concerned, right? So that is kind of how the rest of the company, that is kind of how non-tech departments often act. Not all of them, but I've seen it, and it's too many of them. But the tech team is not like that. Even if tech is working late, they're home. You know why? Because the tech team is the one that gets up in the middle of the night and fixes things when they're broken, right? So there has to be some give and take there. So to now have a battle over remote work with and include the tech people in that is silly. It's never been a problem. Why make it a problem now? Because you want to be seen as equitable towards the entire company. Is the entire company getting up in the middle of the night to fix things? I don't think they are. And you have to have some balance, right? One hand washes the other. So if you make people sit in the office when they go home, they turn their phones off. Okay. That is not good for the tech team. And you can say, oh, well, then I'll fire them because you always have to one up, right? So now when you do that, you create churn in your organization. And I've seen it happen, and it becomes an even larger problem where there's nobody who has any subject matter expertise. Nobody really knows how anything works, and things are broken all the time. And when you're the person in charge of that, sooner or later, it comes around to you. Okay. And and HR does look at things like I've been places where people they stood in line to take a number to get out the door, and when you squeeze people too tight or have your knee on their neck, that is what will happen. So I think I don't think it's a good situation for anybody long term. Um, and to be honest, being in the office is just not that great. If you feel like you have to watch me every moment, then maybe you shouldn't have hired me. Um, what companies are doing now is they're not hiring, right? They are not hiring, and this is not just tech, this is across the board. Um, when they do need to hire, they are, from what I've read, and it seems to match from what I see in the market, they're turning the jobs into low paying contracts. So I see contracts that pay half of what they used to pay a year ago. So now you got to pay more for your food, you're going to make less money, and you're wondering why people quiet quit. You're wondering why people take on two jobs. You're creating all these conditions because of a need to control. Okay. Um, Now, does that mean that tech is not a good job? No, it doesn't mean that, right? Because you can still make $50+ an hour working in tech. Okay. So, and that's not entry level. Um, that is with some experience, but you can get there. Entry level is not all that much less, right? But it is going to be more difficult to get in at entry level while this is going on. So, um, the jobs that want you to come into the office 3 times a week, or there's most of them want you to come 3 times a week. And I think that, that's okay as a compromise. Um, there are some that say, no, you need to be on site 100%. And I think that those people are kind of having a problem hiring people. They're not paying any more for you to come to the office. Where I do see jobs coming back is this has been going on for a while now, right? At least 6 months. So now I'm starting to see jobs where people are like, you know what, I got projects, I need to get this done. Some of these are regulatory concerns, so I'm going to have to have at least some jobs that pay regular rate so that I can hire people. Um, Here's the thing the employers need to know. You're never going to win this. You're not going to win. You might have a short term battle that you win, but what's going to happen is you create job hoppers. Now you don't want to hire job hoppers. You keep creating these conditions to make people's lives difficult. People are never, ever, ever going to stop trying to better their condition. And that's what it is. Okay, so that's what's going on with remote work. Can you still find remote jobs? Yes, but the competition is high. Let me see if I can show you one. So I was able to go out to LinkedIn and find some jobs just to take a look. So I looked for this BA jobs that came out in the past week that are remote. And so here's one right here that just came out an hour ago and it already has 25 applicants for remote work. Here's one that came out 2 hours ago. It already has over 200 applicants. And this is with Airbnb. Wait, maybe I need to look into this. Here's one that came out, let's see, 4 days ago. That has over 200 applicants. Okay, here's one that came out an hour ago, 25 applicants. So you can kind of see how this thing is going. Um, the less competition you have, I think the better it is. And the way that you can do that is to hop on it quickly. So after a couple of days, if I get 200 applicants for a job, do I really look at 200 people? I don't know that I do. This is another one over 200. This one, 87 from one day ago. This one, 30 from one day ago. So it's a mixed bag, but still, isn't 30 people a lot of people to compete with? Yeah. So 25 or 30 is enough, and you see that some of these have 200. So it's not that the remote jobs are not there because this one, see, there's 1,600 of them, but there's 3,000, which is almost double hybrid roles, right? Um, and then let's just take a look at those. Now, once you go to hybrid, this is across the country. You'd have to put in, your specific area. Um, and then on site has the most, but again, that's completely across the country. So that looks like double, right? You have double. Look, it's changing every minute. You have double the amount for hybrid and double that for on site. But again, it depends on your area, right? So there's a lot of competition for these remote jobs because there are fewer jobs. There's fewer remote jobs, and it's everyone in the whole country and people from other countries as well. So that's the situation that we have. So, like I said, the jobs are there, but there's a lot of competition for them. Okay. So now let's switch gears and talk about AI. AI is a fire breathing dragon. It's coming for all of us. So here's the thing. AI is going to change everything just like the internet changed everything. That's just what happens in tech. It's the next innovation. And I'm just going to be very honest with you and let you know that we definitely need to have it regulated because if we don't, we could decimate economies across the globe. Okay. Um, there are some jobs that are going to be nearly obsolete because of AI. And I say nearly because what's going to happen is the amount of work will shrink, but it won't completely go away. But just like you saw with those remote jobs competition, the competition will be fierce. And you're already using AI. Chatbot with your customer service. That's a form of AI. So you're already using it. And I'm pretty sure that you've noticed more and more it's harder and harder to get a real person on the phone. And that's going to continue to increase because chatbots are cheap and they don't get sick. And that's just it. I think you've seen it at fast food restaurants or certain big box stores. You come into that certain big box store that sells that pizza and that frozen yogurt cup, the berry sundae that we love, and the churro. And now you don't go to the counter. You don't stand in line to order and then wait. You go to the kiosk and order. I mean, you can, they do have an option, right? But there's 6 kiosks there. You can walk up to the kiosk and put in your order, and then you stand in line to pick up your order. And it's a more efficient system, and it gets you out of line faster. So why would you complain about that? Except that maybe your card doesn't work in the machine or something, and then they do have a register you can go to. And there used to be a crew of 5 people back there, and now there's 2. Okay, maybe 3. So that's what's going to happen. I think you'll see it in hospitality too, as bots, the cleaning robots mature. Um, I could see like some technology where you put the bot in the bathroom and it fumigates the bathroom to get everything clean, and the fan clears out the air, and then the person just goes in there and wipes some things. Not too sure it's not happening now, minus the first part and leaving just the wiping part. So I always bring my disinfectant. Um, and they don't clean every day anymore. So the services are being cut back. Um, where we don't see it is driving, right? So I think that that's going to be safe for a while. But listen, as one of my favorite news hosts likes to say, scaring is caring, right? So the thing is, forewarned is forearmed. So this thing is coming, right? So if you plan to work longer than 5 years, you need to do something. So here's the good news. Um, if you can, what's going to happen is everyone is going to have to use AI tools to do work, right? So you can start learning those tools now. That is what is going to help you. You work in a very physical job, um, like the jobs that I mentioned, you need to find yourself another line of work, and you need to start now if you could plan to continue working. I would suggest you go for tech, because tech is one of the higher paying jobs, even with what's going on right now in the marketplace. And it doesn't take 6 years to get into. In less than a year, you can be trained in your new profession. Okay. Um, don't be intimidated. Okay. And you don't have to code. So I have some videos on that. You can watch those videos. But the thing that I want you to do is to get cozy with AI right now. So let's do that. Let's jump over to one of the AI tools and take a look at it so you can see what it is. So it's not this big scary thing. Okay. Uh, got us on this Chat GPT. So you'll have to go to openIA.com. And when you get there, in the upper right hand corner, you'll choose Chat GPT. And then there's a short sign up process because, people with nothing to do like to bring down systems. So you're going to have to verify your phone number and your information. I promise you, it takes less than 5 minutes. And then you get to this screen where it gives you tips for getting started. Ask away, don't share sensitive info, check your facts. Okay. So you say, okay, let's go. And then you get this screen. So what you do is you click new chat and you say something. Uh, what is the best entry level tech job in 2023? And it gives you a list. And that's it. That's the whole damn thing for ChatGPT. Now, it's the whole thing, but it's not really the whole thing. Let's look at the quality of answers. I'm going to evaluate these. Software developer, I would agree. Data, always high. IT support specialist, I don't like that because I think that help desk is very difficult and it's the lowest level of IT job. But if you want to work on the hardware side, it is where you should start. Network tech, that's very nice as well. Cybersecurity is very hot. you know, if you're looking to enter tech, you probably want to go with an area that is understaffed, and cybersecurity is definitely one of them. But you need a lot of experience. So I don't know. Web developer, yeah, you could do that. UI UX designer, that's true. Cloud engineer. I think cloud engineer is a little more difficult to begin entry level. Digital marketing specialist, I think you could do that. I don't think it pays as well as some of the others. And QA tester, that's a good place to start too, because from QA tester, you can go anywhere. You could go more code, you could go more BA, you could evolve into almost anything. Gives you a lot of options because testers know things inside out. Okay, so how do you do something with it that is of value? So here's the thing, it's all about the prompt, right? So you can give it more sophisticated information. You could give it a part of your resume and say, rewrite this part of my resume, or show me the main experience someone needs to have for whatever job, or you could ask it to write a children's story and take that and tweak it and sell it. But what you should never do is take whatever it gives you as gospel, because it's still learning. Um, there have been some discussion that ChatGPT is going out of business, and then a week later they launched a business version that people have in the office now. So it's a good idea to learn it. It gets your feet wet in AI tools. When you see other AI tools, pick them up, take a look at them, because there's always a super user that is associated with new tech. So when new tech comes out and people learn it, those are the people who get a little more money because they know how to use a tool that others don't know how to use yet. Okay. And the more of those tools you know, the more valuable you can be. Um, Let me tell you a little story about ChatGPT just to make sure you don't get yourself in trouble with this. So I don't know if you heard about the lawyer who used ChatGPT to write his brief that he filed in court, but he didn't check the facts. ChatGPT had made all the stuff up. And so what he filed was false. And he got in a lot of trouble with the court. He got some sort of I don't know if he got disbarred or what, but you can't file things that are not true. So when they started looking for the cases that he had filed that he used as precedents for his arguments, they couldn't find those cases. I don't know if it's criminal, but I know he was in hot water, and at a minimum, he did get fired. So ChatGPT is also based on 2021 information. And as happens always in tech, there are always competitive products and they are always growing. So in AI, all of the large companies have their AI products. I think Google has Bard, Bard. Um, Bing has Bing AI. Microsoft has Bing AI. Um, I don't remember any others off the top of my head right now, but there's about five of them, and you could actually use ChatGPT and ask them what it is. So just kind of get used to it. Um, so that's what's happening. I am going to talk about AI more. I'll probably talk about some products in different videos, but that's what I have for you for today. I hope that you found this tea in tech interesting, and that you will go ahead and hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, tell a friend, help me get my message out, and I'll see you next time where we will continue to talk tech.